Hello and welcome to the Scarf Bagara War County Ladies podcast, episode 3, season 2. And of course, we are, since the last podcast, we are the award-winning Scarf Bagara War podcast group of podcasts. So thanks to everybody who watches our videos, watches our pods, has downloaded our pods, listened to our pods, and of course, everyone who voted for us. But obviously, from a ladies podcast point of view, massive thanks to Steve for giving up his time to come on, and massive thanks to JP for giving up his time to come on and contributing to the award that we've won. So thank you to you two gentlemen.
You're welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Congratulations to us all. To us all.
I do wonder how long it would take. We're straight in.
Straight in. No messing. No messing. And so tonight, lots and lots to unpack. But before we get started into all that, we have got our very first fan guest, James Hughes. James, how are you doing?
Evening. Very good. Thanks yourself.
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Not too bad. Thanks for joining us, our inaugural fan guest. You'll go down in the annals of history of the Ladies Podcast.
Thank you very much for the invite and having me on.
An accolade that you'll treasure.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, James, we'll come straight to you, mate. How long have you been watching County Ladies?
So on a regular basis, since 2022, I've been trying to get to as many games as I can. I went to one pre-pandemic, but I'd sort of fallen out of love with football full stop until probably sort of like 2016 when Jim Gannon returned to county. Then I sort of started gradually getting back into it, watching more on the telly, watching the Lionesses. Thought I better go along, watch County Ladies, see what it's like. Then the pandemic arrived, so didn't go to any football for a while, and then I've been trying to come more regularly. And this season, I think I've made 8 games. So
excellent, good effort. That's more than me. I've got to be honest. I've missed a few in the last few weeks for one reason and another. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, James, put you on the spot straight away. Favourite player?
I mean, as a former goalkeeper myself, I probably should say our goalkeeper, but I do quite like the way Kennedy bosses the midfield and the way M. Bradshaw tears down the wing and turns fullbacks inside out. So it's a tough choice between those two.
You know, I tell you what, I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. I think Freya's just brilliant. I think she's an absolutely superb keeper. When she comes out to clear the ball, she's taking that ball and anybody else who's in the way. And then you've got Kennedy who just bosses the midfield. And like you say, you've got M on the left or the right or through the middle, and she just tears it up game in, game out. Brilliant. Brilliant. So, gentlemen, last time we spoke, we had played we're not played County Ladies, we are County Ladies. We played Liverpool at Edgeley Park. Since then, we have had 8 games, 4 league games, 4 cup games. And Steve, as the gaffer, how do you assess those 8 games that we've had, mate?
So out the 8 games, after Liverpool, we were good because we sort of won in the FA Cup. I'm just looking at the results here. Won in the FA Cup against Gateshead Leeming, and which was quite a comfortable result for us, quite a comfortable game for us. You know, they were tier 7 and they came to us on the back of a really good cup run. So, but no match for us on the day really. I thought we were excellent that day, and you know we put them to the sword. But that was a good comeback after Edgeley Park for such a good crowd as well. So, and then after that we played Sunderland PGA Academy in the next round of the cup, which went to extra time, which we won in 3-2, which I thought they were the best team that we'd played up to that point. I thought, you know, they were strong, powerful, physical. All of them were like 6 foot something. Honestly, they were sleeping grow bags.
Yeah.
But you know, so to win that in extra time was really good. We sort of went 1-0 up, and then we were 2-1 behind, got back to 2-2, and Jess Battle come up with the winner in extra time. So, and we hung out to see us through for that one, which is quite good. Then we were back in FA Cup action and we beat Tranmere 3-0.
Yeah.
Which again was comfortable, a lot more comfortable first half than it was second half. They sort of changed shape and made it very difficult for us second half. But we were very comfortable in that. And then the wheels sort of come off after that. We'd only had one defeat in prior to that in the whole season, but then the wheels sort of came off, and we played a really tough game against Huddersfield on a Wednesday night in terrible conditions, really bad conditions.
Oh, it was awful, wasn't it? It
Oh,
was awful.
tough. And I felt the game was pretty even. They took their 3 chances. We had 3 chances and we didn't take them, or the keepers made a good save, or we missed the target. So yeah, it was a disappointing result at home. But then we went and bounced back at York away, and we won 3-0 away at York, which was a really good performance. And then again, we've had a League Cup game against Durham, where I thought we were the better side for large parts of the game.
Yeah,
I thought we should have put them to bed. We had 3 1-on-1 chances to kill the game off. We eventually got in the lead at 1-0 through Nat Watson with a great goal. And then 88th and 91st minute, we conceded 2 absolute howlers where we've not defended properly as a team, and we've just gifted them 2 goals, and it was really, really good not to win that game because I felt we should have won it. So it took me a good few days to get over that result. Really, not the performance. The performance was good. We created loads of chances, but the fact that we didn't take the chances where we had been doing all season was really disappointing. So it took a couple of days to get over that one. And then obviously this weekend we've played Cheadle at home in one of the most frustrating games of football I think I've ever been involved in. I think it was hair and scaring to start with. Then they got a soft penalty, and from that point on, they just sat on the edge of the box, and it was so frustrating because we couldn't break them down. And no matter what we tried, and I think at one point, I think they had 11 on the edge of the box at one point. So we were really putting them to the sword, but we just couldn't get the breakthrough, and it was really frustrating from our point of view. I thought we were by far the better team. They've been doing that for 2 seasons now, Cheadle. So, we've got to try and work them out, which sort of puts them 7 points ahead of us now, them and Wythenshawe. Yeah. There's a long way to go in this season. There's a lot of games still to come. And,
and we've got a game in hand.
We've got a game in hand, which would put us 4 points behind them, and we've all got to play each other again. So, I said to the girls last night at training, everything's still to play for. It's not lost yet. So we've just got to regroup. We've got to get back to what we do best: get the ball wide, get it into the box. We've got a tough game on Sunday in the FA Cup against Derby County away. Mm-hmm. It's a tough game because they're a Tier 3 team, but we're also going there very, very confident in our ability to try and get results. And it's the greatest cup competition in the world, and there's upsets every year in it. So why can't we be an upset? Why can't we go and beat a Tier 3 team? Because we've got the quality. So yeah, we're all looking forward to Sunday, and we're going to go there and we're going to give it a right good go.
Yeah, we, me and Isla, we're going to come down to that, but it's Isla's birthday this week, or next week rather, and we've got family coming around, so we won't be able to make it this Sunday. But we were going to be going to that one.
Okay.
So James H, on Sunday, game against Cheadle. What was your view of that game? Because obviously I was sat on the other side of the stand. So obviously we're both in the stand, but like Steve said, from their point of view, it's frustrating. From my point of view, it's frustrating. And what do you make of the game, mate?
Yeah, I was frustrated like you guys, and for similar reasons, because up to the penalty, where it had been fairly even, I thought after the penalty, we dominated the game. And I thought Cheadle's lack of ambition for a side that was going for promotion and the title last season wasn't very impressive at all, to say the least. It looked like a side that was struggling and just hanging on for a result, not a side that you'd sort of say, oh, they're looking to win the title or anything. I didn't think they did an awful lot after the penalty, and I thought we were unfortunate not to take at least a point out of the game. We created a few good chances. We had a lot of the ball, a lot of possession, and just generally looked much better side after the penalty, which I agree with Steve, it was soft. I guess the way the handball law is written these days, it's as woolly as a cashmere jumper, so it was always going to get given probably, but it is unfortunate how that goal has ended up settling the game.
Yeah. I mean, from my point of view,
Kennedy was absolutely ridiculous as well. An innocuous challenge with the ball going nowhere in the centre of the park. That got a yellow card. Yeah, the terrible tackle on M. Bradshaw against Sunderland also got a yellow card. Wish someone could explain that one to me.
Well, I spoke to the referee on Sunday about that at half time and asked him why it was a yellow card, and he said she won the ball, but he didn't like her action after she won the ball. Now, from what I seen, Kennedy won the ball, flicked it on, and the players come in and kick the bottom of her studs.
Yeah, that's how it stands.
I explained that to the referee, and he was like, "No, I didn't like the action. It was reckless." And I was like, "She kicked it." I just couldn't believe it.
Bizarre. Yeah. I spoke to somebody who was at the game against Sunderland, who normally runs the line, and he thought that it was a clear red card, the tackle on M. Bradshaw.
Yeah, that was a terrible tackle.
It was out of control. It was late. He said it was high because it was above the ankle where the contact was made, even though they were both sliding in. So he thought it was a red, and I agree with him entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
definitely.
It was crazy. But just JP, I know you weren't there, mate. So we'll come to obviously some games that you were there shortly, mate. Steve, what was your take on the penalty? Because from where I was sat and probably where James was sat, it looked to me like Jem had lifted her leg up to side, kind of sort of block the ball, control the ball, and it looked like it had come off her leg.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm on the opposite side to that side where it happened. I think first and foremost, I don't think Freya needs to be out there. I think it's a bit of a rush from Freya to come out there and cause that mayhem. But I asked Gemma at half time, was it a penalty? And she said, yeah, it was. It hit her hand. So, whether it came off a knee first and then onto a hand, I don't know. I can't say that because I was blindsided to it. But I asked the player, she said it hit her hand. So there was no argument really from our point of view. So yeah, but that was 11 minutes into the game. That's the only shot they had on target all game.
It was.
It's madness in it. So, but listen, there's no set way to win a football match, and if that's their way, that's their way. Isn't it? It's up to us to break them down, and on the day we couldn't. So, there's no point in moaning at them saying, "Oh, you're anti-football. You didn't do this. You didn't." They won the game. That's what matters in football. Winning games of football. So, we've got to regroup, and when we go there, we've got to try and be better.
Yeah, go and claim 3 points at their place, even it up.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely, can't wait.
And I don't care if you win very dodgy penalty there either.
Never do I.
Well, that one. Definitely.
I mean, that's the 29th of March. As things stand, it's the 29th of March. We're playing Cheadle at their ground, so we could have a say in the title.
Yeah, it's quite late in the season, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, after that, we've only got Chesterley Street away and then Leeds at home after that.
Yeah.
Tough last game, that as well. Very tough.
Is. Yeah.
But that has potential to be a title decider or a playoff decider. That Leeds game at home. So, let's hope with that we regroup and we get in them positions that we are doing in them games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And just to sort of wrap up from Sunday just gone, Just a couple of chances that spring to mind. Kennedy rattling the bar. Jess Battle had a header that just went past the far post. And I think there was a shot that the keeper was sort of scrambling towards, and it sort of just drifted wide. But for me,
I think Em Bradshaw come inside, didn't she, and sort of shot. There was a scramble.
Yeah.
There was a scramble at the back post, which was a good block. Jess nearly got on the end of that one. Well, she did got on the end of that, and I think it was Jess Gillen who got a foot in and sort of blocked it from going in. So, we definitely had chances. 100% we had chances. We just didn't take them on the day.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. And like you say, that's the way Cheadle play. It works for them. That's fine. Okay, good luck to them with that. But yeah, frustrating.
That's the word.
That's the word. That's one of the words. Not the words we were using in the stand, let me tell you. But
Have you got enough bleeping tape for that? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think the referee needed a cuddle at the end of the game.
Oh,
He was getting a bit
dear.
upset, but there you go. He should have refereed the game better, but there you go. That's the way it is.
Yeah, I think
James, you got anything you want to just wrap up on that game?
Sorry?
Got anything you want to just wrap up on that game, mate?
No, nothing to add.
Okay, good stuff. JP.
Yeah.
When was which games have you seen and which games have you not been able to
cast my mind back now? So yeah, I think it was mostly the ones at the end of October that I was there. As we've seen, I've had to taken some time away from football and things like that. But obviously, I'm still going to try and be here in some capacity. But yeah, I'm looking at what's in front of me here. So I was at the Sunderland PGA game, obviously working. A great game of football. That, like Steve said, some of those players, even though they were in their 20s, were very, very tall, strong, fast as well. A very brutal game. I stand with the card at the end that should have been a red. It was dangerous. Made me think we'd seen a few PGA academies in the months up to that, and I'm thinking if that's the standard of tackling in PGA academies, it's a bit concerning. But football, it does happen. But we don't want anybody to get hurt. But that's for them to look at. I was there at the Tranmere game as well. I did feel for Tranmere a bit. When the draw came through, they probably thought, "Oh Lord, not them again." It seemed to be a bit of a team for us, but they're a good bunch. Fair play to them. They never back down in a game. They keep going to the final whistle, even if we put 3 past them, or what was it, 7 in the past in the Cheshire Cup. And then obviously we got the humbling on the Wednesday night by Huddersfield Town with those 3 goals. They just showed us that obviously we need to put the chances away. As Steve said, we're getting chances in games, but unfortunately they're not coming through. And I wasn't at the Cheadle game, but I was following furiously on Twitter, looking at the updates, thinking actually we're doing all right here. And then next minute penalty, and I was like, oh no! But obviously it totally changed the game. And as we say, we want to go there in March and totally swing it, and we'll see where we're at by then. But yeah, as I say, not many for me to comment on because of personal circumstances. But yeah, it's still a long way to the end of the season. That's obviously up to the end of March. We're now coming up to December. A week or so to go. It's all going to be to play for. Games are going to get postponed with the weather. James has rightly dressed up for it today. I'm sat here a bit cold with my hands in my pockets, but some teams do have 3G, 4G. Some have just grass pitches. So obviously, there's still going to be a lot swinging around as well, and other cup competitions as well. We've not heard anything of the Cheshire Cup or anything yet. Normally, by this time of year, we hear about it. So it's going to be a wild ride. I think if I remember right, January is quite heavy for the fixtures as well. So should be pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I think at the moment we've only got 2 in January. Charlie at home, Blackburn at home.
It's normally towards the end of January, February before we enter the Cheshire Cup. We only actually play a quarter final, semi final, and final. Should we get through? They're the only games we.
Yeah. I must have dreamt that one then. But yeah, January will be a busy one because obviously that's, no disrespect to Blackburn, but they're at the bottom of the table, and you see every week that teams are putting 3 or 4 past them, and it's probably where everybody wants to go and play at the moment. And we probably would have said that about Wythenshawe after they came to our place, and I think they got a bit of a humbling. But obviously now look at them; they've dusted themselves off, and they are up there.
Yeah,
so,
they're second in the league at the moment, aren't they?
In the league, so there's still time for people to chop and change. Definitely, it's gonna be
absolutely. I mean, Wythenshawe are on the same points as Cheadle. Same number of games, but their goal difference is +5. Cheadle's is +13.
Okay.
We've got a bit to catch up on there, but one result could swing it because they're level on points. So who knows? Who knows? Good luck to them.
We've had a hand in Wythenshawe's goal difference.
How many was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was. Oh yeah, I remember now.
We have to play them before Christmas. We've got to play them the 14th. So.
And they're on a good run at the minute.
That's not too long away.
Yeah. 7th of December, Chesterley Street at home. 14th of December, Wythenshawe away. So yeah, some interesting games going up.
Hopefully make both of them.
Yes.
Wythenshawe will be my first away game of the season.
All right, okay, good stuff. Well, we made it to Chorley earlier on in the season when it was quite warm. That was another interesting game where the referee had a bit of an impact on the game. The referee and her linesman rather, had a bit of an impact on the game. But there you go. Just want to come back to the Sunderland game, Steve, if that's all right. So obviously, Sunderland Academy, all quite young girls. They all looked like they were sort of teenagers in the face, but physically they looked a hell of a lot sort of more mature, if that's the right word. And I thought that they played a really intense game, as you said, really physical, really intense. And I thought they played some good stuff. What was your take on that, them being quite a younger side?
I thought technically they were very good. A bit like Liverpool. Liverpool were very, very technically good as well. The difference between Sunderland and Liverpool was probably the physicality, the size of them was huge, like you've mentioned. And I thought they were very well organised. We didn't allow them to play like we did at Liverpool at Edgeley Park. We did have some information on them how they were going to play, which was a real help for us because that centre back could boom the ball from back to front with no problem. And you don't really see that in the women's game. There's not many players who can do that in the women's game. So it's it was good to have that information on board that's what they were going to do. So I thought they were up to when we played Huddersfield. I thought they were the best team we'd played this season. I thought they were big, strong, and well organised. And they were a threat going forward and a threat from set pieces. So we had to be at our very best. And I thought we hung in there a bit when they went 2-1 up, but then we got back into it, and I thought in extra time we were the better side, and obviously we got the goal, and I thought we managed the game from that point on really well. And that's something that we need to add to our game because we didn't do that against Durham. We didn't manage the game very well. So, but we're a young side. Our average age is probably 24, 23, 24, 25, around that area. I know we've got Fran and Jess who are a little bit older, but Liv G, sorry. But Kennedy's only 25. So it's a very young squad that we've got, and we are learning, and we're learning as we're going along. And games like that against teams like Sunderland can only do us the world of good, really.
Yeah, absolutely. James, what was your take on the Sunderland Academy game? Were you at that one?
Yes, I was, and I agree with Steve. They the best side that we've played, certainly the best side that I've seen play against this season. It was a really sort of topsy-turvy game. Obviously, we started off better. They then got control of the game and obviously took the lead. But we showed great character to come back into that and then to go on to win it in extra time as well. We played more than our fair share of that game in terms of chances created, the entertainment. So I thought we were worthy winners in the end. But Sunderland gave us a real hard game, a real test, and I wouldn't be surprised if several of those players go on to actually play at a reasonably high level.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And the one thing that really pleased me as well was our fitness levels, because obviously they're a full-time academy. You know, they're in every day, and I thought we looked a stronger team in the extra time. So, you know, that's credit to the girls and what they do away from what we do with them. So, yeah, I was really pleased with our fitness levels in that game, because it was a physical game and it took a lot out of them.
Yeah, it was. JP, were you at that game, mate? Oh, have we lost James?
Yeah, I think so.
Having tech issues. Pretty certain he was on MC duties that day.
He was, yeah.
Yes, yeah. It was. But yeah, it was a really good game. And I wanted to talk about that game, like we just have done, because, and I talk about it a lot. The youth in women's football is fantastic for me. My daughter plays for the under-12 county under-12s, and obviously, you know, the first team squad have got a number of young players in there. I think Molly's only 21. Abby Podmore, Abby's late teens.
18, yeah.
18, and for me, Abby reminds me of Jess Brady in terms of being a really young player, but can make such a difference to a game.
Yeah,
I think
Livy Turkington's only 18 as well.
Yeah, Livy's come in and done a real. When we signed Livy from Tranmere in pre-season, I remember seeing her. When did I see her play? I can't remember when I saw her play, but I saw her play because obviously I remember the name. But when you guys announced that we'd signed, I was like, "That's a great signing. That's a brilliant signing." Yeah, great to have her on board. Yeah, fantastic. Good stuff. After that, it was Tranmere 3-0 at home. I know JP's talked a bit about Tranmere, so we probably don't need to go over that again unless there's anything anybody wants to add to that. No.
I mean, I went to the game, but I wouldn't disagree with anything that JP or Steve said. We were obviously very comfortable first half, and we got challenged second half, but we come through it unscathed, so all good.
Yeah, excellent, good stuff. And then the Huddersfield game on the Wednesday, finished up 3-0, but I think it was 0-0 at half time. Looked a very good side of Huddersfield.
Yeah, it was. You know, I thought we made too many errors second half. I thought it was quite an even contest. First half, I thought their movement is very good, but we were managing it. But we made, you know, silly mistakes second half. Didn't clear the ball very well, and they've hit 2 long-range efforts that have gone in. And then the third goal is a mistake with the keeper coming out, where Freya coming out and colliding with Shauna, I think it was, and the players then played it onto the bar, and it's come back to her. So I felt 3-0 was a bit harsh on the night. I thought we were a lot closer than that. You know, but they're a good side. They're a really good side. They've got some good players, and Rima in their centre midfield, and I think she plays number 9. I think she's an ex-WSL player or ex-Championship player, and you can see the absolute quality that she's got, and everything goes through her. Like so yeah, you know. But we've got to regroup and go back. We've still got to go there. That's another night match that we go there next year. Like so. Yeah. So yeah, we'll try and do better against them.
Yeah, hopefully. I've got extended family over in Huddersfield. So, yeah, a few weeks ago, County men beat them 2-1, and I was giving it them. I was giving it large. And then, obviously, town women came over here and did us, I was like, okay, I won't say anything, just keep quiet. But they didn't let it slide. Let's put it that way. So yeah, they got their own back on me there. So I'm sure next time we might make our way over the Pennines, I'm sure we will be turning them over, if only for me.
Well,
Okay.
we've got a game for the men and for the ladies, so we can end up finishing the season 3-1 on that score, can't we?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I like that kind of thinking, James. I
Love
like
the
that.
optimism. I love it.
Brilliant. Well, then that brings us on to York. And Steve, you've already mentioned York. 3-0 win away from home, got us back on track after the Huddersfield game. I think that win put us up to third, I think it was, maybe fourth.
Yeah, I think fourth. It was.
Yeah, fourth. So in terms of league position, we're having a really, really good season. You must be absolutely, to use a cliche, you must be absolutely delighted.
I am, obviously disappointed in the Norton defeat. I thought that was a really, I know we spoke about it in the other podcast, but that's, it's still one that I look back on and think, how have we lost that game and have we allowed Bianca to score 3 goals? And that would be another 3 points on the board, and we'd only have lost 2 by now. But I think in seasons past, I think if you'd lost more than 1 or 2, you wouldn't have any chance of getting in there at the top. But I think it's a different kind of league this season. I don't think there's a runaway leader like there has been in previous seasons, and I think teams will lose 2 or 3 games and still be in the hunt. Whether we can afford another slip up, I very much doubt. But that means that we need the others to slip up as well. The most of them have lost 1 game. Huddersfield have lost 2. We've lost 3. So we need to make sure that we're taking maximum points off them when we go back around the next time, and that will hopefully close the gap for us. And then we'll have to rely on other people taking points, because it's a tough league. Anyone could beat anyone on the day in that league, and if you're not on your ball, you're going to lose. You're going to lose the game. So it's really important that every game you approach it like it's a must-win game. And sometimes that's really difficult being amateur footballers, getting that mentality right. But yeah, we've had a good start to the season, better than the previous few seasons we've had. So yeah, I am pleased. Don't get me wrong, but I think it could be just a little bit better as well. I really do. I think the Huddersfield one was probably the one that I'd look at and go, okay, we've been done there. But the Cheadle and the Norton one are the ones that I look at and think, well, maybe we should have got at least a point out of them. But yeah, that's football, isn't it?
It is indeed. JP, you got anything you want to add into any of that, mate?
Yeah, like we say, anybody can beat anybody. It's crucial that, like Steve says, hopefully we don't slip up now and teams slip up when they're away at other teams. I'm sure some of the bigger ones have got to play each other as well, and you do have the teams that just don't seem to be able to keep the goals out, i.e. on the goal difference. So, like we say, there's some games coming up that could be crucial to us that will help with the goal difference. And of course, like we said earlier, Cheadle, was it March, did we say? So, that, like James says, we'll take 3 points off them. Thank you very much. But yeah, it's definitely all to play for. And the girls have got to take those chances when they get them. Make sure they're getting that first touch on it instead of maybe hesitating, as we've seen in some games where maybe 1 or 2 touches too many and lost the opportunity. But I'm sure the girls will do it. It's a great bunch this year. We've got some brilliant engines in the midfield area as well that can also send in a rocket from 25 to 30 yards. So yeah, it's promising. All is crossed. We won't get too giddy yet, but all is crossed. I'll be watching from afar. Let's say.
Just on the midfield, yeah, you were mentioning there, JP. Probably one for all three of you, really. If you Liv Greenhouse, how do you pronounce the surname? There's always a bit of confusion about it.
Greenhall.
Is it Greenhall? Okay, right. Liv Greenhall. For me, a lot of her work, she does a hell of a lot in every game, and it kind of goes under the radar. So, being, albeit Sunday League, an ex-defender, I look at players like Liv, and I just see what she does. She just sort of sits there alongside Kennedy, breaks the play up, gives it to Em, gives it to Abby, gives it to Jess, and lets them go and work their magic up the pitch. And I think I could be wrong, or I'm not sure, but I think, just looking for Liv's stats, Liv's played 15 games so far this season. I think she's been an ever present. Is that right, Steve?
Yeah, she started every game so far.
Yeah. Great player in the middle of the park for me.
She is, and we got her from Burnley, from a tier 3 club, and she's very good on the ball. She's very good off the ball. She's a great player, and she's a great person to have around the dressing room as well. So we're lucky to have her. She has started every game this season, for a reason. She's a damn good player, and she fits well, whether she sits deeper or whether she's higher up in a sort of a 10 role. So yeah, she's a massive part of the squad.
Absolutely. James, JP, you got anything you want to add on Liv Greenhall?
James, you say something?
No, carry on, guys.
I'll jump in then. Yeah, no, she's one of the linchpins in midfield, definitely. I always used to tease her about when she gets the goal. She does a famous trademark pose. Can't do it on camera here, but she sticks both her hands out like, wow, what's that happened? And she's a calm head. She's very experienced, as Steve said, coming from a tier 3 side, and to have her next to Kennedy and some, even some of the younger ones that are coming through, like Abby, and I think Paige is a bit younger than her as well. To have Liv there, you know that you've got some safety behind you. And Liv will probably hate me for saying this, but she's normally one of the first substitutions at 60th, 70th minute, but she does her job, and she knows her job well, and it shows. And it's a massive compliment to Liv that she's there every game, like you say. 15 games? That's incredible. No wonder by end of the season she goes, "Oh, I'm knackered," after the end of a game. But she's brilliant, Liv. And like I say, there's all these younger players around her. You got Paige, Abby, Nat. There's some great. The midfield is stacked this year, and it's fantastic to see it. Some of the goals as well. Nat sent me a goal from the other week, so I could see it, and I was like, "Blimey, that's awesome!" That's just brilliant. And to have those kind of goals coming from midfield as well, behind the strikers. Watch this space, definitely.
Awesome. Actually, that's actually provided with a nice little segue there, JP. Cheers for that, mate. At the Scarf Bagara War, we like a stat. We're a bit keen on stats, as long as it's not that silly XG stat. What a waste of time that stat is. Hey, you might have scored this, but you might have not. But you didn't. But you did.
I'm the manager. I don't even know what it is. I don't understand.
Honestly, I tell you what. When Russ from the main podcast, when he sees this and he hears me saying this, he'll be messaging me. That's a great stat. We should have it. No, oh God. Anyway, stats. So Steve, you're probably aware of this. So we've played 15 games, 8 league, 7 cup to date. We scored 43 goals, conceded 20. So obviously a goal difference of +3. We're averaging 3 goals a game, which is a good return, but 43 goals in 15 games. This time last year, after 15 games, we scored 27 and conceded 31. So
that's a big difference.
When I say we, that's from a fan's point of view. from your point of view, Steve, obviously we've got Jess come in, who Jess has got 9 goals in 14 games, 3 assists. And Bradshaw's got 9 in 14 with 8 assists. Told you we love a stat. We love a stat at the Scarpa War. And then you've got Levi, who's 19th in the league table with 5 goals in 12. Abby with 4 goals in 12 and 4 assists. So there's creativity and there's goals in the side. Is that, when you were recruiting in summer, Steve, is that what you were aiming for?
We needed more goals. We knew that. We knew we could keep the games tight, and we knew that we didn't concede many goals. And we haven't done for 2-3 seasons. We've got a really solid defence. We've also created a lot of chances in the last couple of seasons, but we haven't been able to convert them chances into goals. And so we brought Jess in because Jess obviously was with us beforehand. You know, when I've spoken on the podcast before about, you know, her goal scoring record. She scored over 200 goals in women's football. She's got everything you need in a goal scorer. She knows where the back of the net is. She's in the right place at the right time. She scores for fun. When we brought her in, we set her a target. I won't reveal what that target is, but we're hoping before Christmas we're going to have to reset the target because she's that close to it. So
brilliant.
So we're delighted with the goals scored or the goal conversion, and that's an interesting stat compared this time last season. You know, that's a huge difference. And, you know, again, that's credit to the girls and credit to the coaching staff for being more creative. I think that has dried up a little bit over the last couple of games, if I'm being honest. So it's something that we want to get back to, something that we're going to look for again. But yeah, it's a very pleasing stat as a manager.
Yeah. James, obviously, quite a regular at the games. What's your take on the goal scoring and the creativity that we've brought into this? Oh, sorry, I say we again. Sorry, Steve. It's just from a fan's point of view when I say we.
Okay.
That Steve and the guys have brought in to the time. What's your take on that, mate?
Yeah, I've noticed a difference. I've been to, I think I've been to more games this season than I've managed the previous each of the previous seasons. I think I've managed about half a dozen each time, but I've definitely noticed the difference that we create more chances and we take more chances now. So it's really pleasing to see. Obviously, first game this season I went to was Mancunian Unity, where we were under a lot of pressure in that cup final, but we took chances when we got them. And then the game after that I saw was Withenshaw, and I was blown away. I was like, this is great. And also, I was looking to see us against Doncaster over Bells as well. So it's like to put teams away like that, to be scoring so many goals, not sort of something I'm used to seeing, especially with the ladies, but even the men's team, it's not something I've sort of seen on a regular basis. So it's really pleasing to see us putting chances away, having somebody like Jess Battle who's got so many goals. I mean, just when you walk out on the pitch, if you're an opposition player, you know somebody like that is in the team facing you. It must straight away be in your mind, well, how do I keep her quiet? So you sort of got one up straight away.
I think the biggest compliment that I can give to Jess is when we played the Sunderland game and it went to extra time. When we got to extra time, I said to Jess, I said, how many chances have you had this game? And she said, not one. And I said, you'll get one and you'll score. And she got one chance in the game and buried it. Absolutely buried it. And that's the sign of a great goal scorer. And, you know, that's what you need. One chance, one goal. And that's all you need in a side.
Absolutely. That the header she had on Sunday against Cheadle, it just went past the far, but I think M whipped it in and Jess just got a nod to it and the keeper was sort of scrambling. It just went wide. I thought that was in.
Yeah, so did I.
I thought it was in. Gutted. Absolutely gutted. Anyway, good stuff. Right, gentlemen, time is ticking on. We're up to 45 minutes. Is there anything else anybody wants to talk about on this month's podcast?
No, not for me. All good.
Okay,
I'd just say to Steve, the coach staff, and all the players, just thank you for the entertainment so far. Long may it continue.
Oh, thank you. That's really nice. Yeah,
I said
it's an enjoyable job, and we're really enjoying ourselves this year. And I think we just need to get back to winning ways, and no better place to start at Derby County on Sunday in the FA Cup.
Why not? Why not?
Yep. As I say, best competition in the world. All set for a giant killing.
Absolutely, come on.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, getting in the third round of the Women's FA Cup. Is that when Championship come in, and then WSL fourth round?
Yeah, so we're in the second round on Sunday, and it's the Championship after this.
Yeah, the big ones coming.
Excellent.
So you can win on Sunday against Derby, then get a nice home draw in the third round. Forget a Championship club, just get a nice draw, and then get, say, City or United in the fourth round, beat them at Edgley Park.
I want Everton at Goodison Park.
Yeah. He wants to hear that Zcars, don't you, Steve?
that would be the dream come true, honestly.
Oh,
Brilliant.
you'd have to pinch him if you're there like that all game.
Yeah, do you know what? I think my dad was an Evertonian, so yeah, I think Everton for me away would be, that'd be a great tie. I think the worst tie would be United, because I can't believe I'm going to say this on a Stockport County podcast, but United are my United women. I should point out.
Don't say it.
United women are. All right, I'll tell you. Let's rephrase it. Are my daughter's second favourite team.
Near the pitchforks being sharpened. Watch out!
Next time I come down, I have to wear my county hat and just have my eyes showing. No,
Of the United shit,
yeah. Well, that's a story for off air. That I'm not putting that out there. Absolutely not. Brilliant. All right, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. James, thank you for coming on, being our inaugural fan guest. It'd be great to have you on again if you're up for that, sir.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you very much for the invite, and I'd love to be on again. Thank you.
Brilliant. We will get that arranged. Steve, as always, mate, thank you for giving up your time. Much appreciated.
You're welcome. Thanks very much for having me on, and thanks to James for coming on and being the first supporter on the podcast. And we look forward to seeing you at our next home game, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's Steve's on Chesterley Street.
It is. It's Chesterley Street on the 7th of December.
Yeah, I will be there for that one, and then make the trip to Wivenshaw the weekend afterwards.
Perfect.
Excellent. Same here. JP.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for giving up your time.
No problem.
Great to have you on, mate. And hope that everything works out for you, mate.
Yeah, as I say, I'll try to be here. We might have to see if there's a system to see some footage, but yeah, I'll hopefully be back with you all soon. Not sure how long yet, but we'll
Fingers
see.
Crossed. Fingers crossed, mate. But thank you for giving up your time as well, mate. Coming on tonight.
Yeah, no problem.
So, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for downloading. Please like and subscribe to the Scarf Bagara War and join our Patreon. £3 a month, and you get exclusive access to fan guests, quality content such as this. We've also got an interview with one of the county players coming up soon. I'm trying to convince Russ that we don't need to put that on Patreon, but we might do, and that'll be worth £3 alone on its own. So, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you again in December. James, before we go, can we have a come on Stockport?
Sorry?
Can we have a come on Stockport off you?
Trademark.
Come on, Stockport!
Love it. Brilliant.
The girls love that. The girls love that, honestly. They love
That's
it.
an award-winning football chant, that.
That's going to win the Scarf Bagara Award, the award next year. That, I love it.
Yeah.
Well,
Gentlemen.
I'm far from the loudest of the group I sit with at County Men, so eventually I'll hopefully bring the lads along and then we'll have even more noise.
Right. That's your task. That's your task.
I am trying. I do keep plugging it in the WhatsApp group I'm in.
So if any of James's friends are watching this, get yourself down to SSV. If you're a season ticket holder to watch County Ladies, it's free entry. You can have a
Yeah.
beer watching the game. You can have a pie, chips, a brew, whatever you want. Yeah, get yourself down to SSV. It's fantastic entertainment. The girls are always dead accessible. They always come and say hello and see you later at the end of the game. And as we've said tonight, we're having a great season. We're scoring loads of goals. Who knows what the season brings? It could be a good
May it
season.
continue. Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, cheers. Thank you and good night.
Good night.
And that's a wrap for this episode of the Scarf Bagara War. We hope you enjoyed the podcast. Remember, you can catch us every week on your favourite podcast platform, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Google Podcasts. And a huge thank you to all of our Patreon members. Your contributions help keep the show running to bring the content you love. If you'd like to support the podcast and get access to exclusive special guest episodes, ad-free podcasts, and a monthly giveaway, head over to patreon.com/the Scarf Bagara War. And don't forget to follow us on social media for updates, behind the scenes content, and more. You can find us on X, Facebook, and Instagram, all at County Podcast. Lastly, if you enjoyed the show, please leave us a review and share it with your fellow County fans. Your feedback helps us improve and reach more listeners. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on the Scarf Bagara War. Come on, County!